Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today we will be discussing my top picks for my favorite Dua vanilla fragrances. If you're interested to see what I chose, let's jump right into the video. I want to start off with some honorable mentions because one of them I went through a bottle of, I bought a second bottle, and when my daughter went to college, she took it. So I'm talking about none other than Tartness of Vanilla. Even though it says Tartness of Vanilla, I will give a disclaimer that it really is more like a sour vanilla to me. And I know a lot of people struggle with sour notes. They put like pickles or pickle juice to them. So I don't want anyone to blind by it unless you know you're the type of person who likes a little bit of a sour note, a little bit of that Marc Jacobs decadence vibe, but loads of vanilla and none of the other stuff from Marc Jacobs. But I really wanted to give a little shout out to it because I haven't repurchased it yet, but it will make its way back into my collection. I absolutely loved that fragrance. Again, that is Tartness of Vanilla. I'll put a little picture up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I have another honorable mention, and this one is called Vintage Vinnie. Now, I only have a solo of this, and I've used almost half of it, but this is inspired by Byredo's either Antique Vinnie or Vinnie Antique. I'm not sure what the name is, but this one is very interesting. This is not for the faint at heart, but I love this. I'm usually not the one for a vintage or antique vibe at all. That is not my style, but this is exquisite. It is complex. It is adventurous. This is not for the faint of heart. Like I said, this is a joy to have and to experience. I don't know that I need a full bottle because this is different. You know what I'm saying? I can't really place where I would feel comfortable wearing this. I wore it when I was on vacation. Um, I didn't get any compliments, but I could tell that when I walked past people, they were like, "Oh, that's interesting." You know, it almost smells like oud, but not really, like a smoother, feminized oud. But I don't think it's what that is. I have no idea what's in here. I don't care. I like it a lot. And it is something that captivated me and caught my attention and had me say, wow, that's interesting. I want that in my collection. And at the number 10 spot, I started off with a solo. I wore it one time and immediately knew that I needed to get a full bottle. This is called Vanilla Brandy. Baby, let me tell y'all something. So I'm not usually a very boozy girl when it comes to fragrances. I tend to think things that are too heavy in, rums and, well, not really rums because I love my rum, but like brandies and cognacs really pull masculine to me. I personally don't drink hard liquor like that, so therefore I don't want to smell like it. But vanilla brandy is a vibe. So it does come off very boozy at first. That opening is allowed. And this is a brandy that really stays with you. If you're familiar with Dua, then if you've had Palm Trempé or any of those Trempés or those brandy on the rocks type of fragrances, no matter what fruit, blackberry brandy, all those other ones, this is that brandy. So we're familiar with this if we're in the Dua family. But this is so pretty. It just gives me, it's so familiar to me though. It smells so much like all of those others, but for me with this one, there's no fruitiness to it. It's just giving me the vanilla. It's giving me the brandy. Makes me want to, do my grown and sexy thing. Not ultra feminine. I think this could be very unisex, pulling more feminine, slightly more feminine, but anyone can wear this. And it's just a nice, pretty, boozy fragrance that I feel like drinks, going out to eat, something involving alcohol definitely needs to be a part of the plan. So again, the number 10 spot for me, it is Vanilla Brandy. In the number 9 spot, we have a fragrance that is inspired by something from EBK. Don't give me the line. I've never tried anything from EBK. I don't know where you purchased them from, and I cannot remember the name of it other than I heard some people talking about it. So when this one came out from Dua, I just blind bought it. I guess I was just feeling it in the moment. This is Intensified Vanillic Ruby. And this is one of the most interesting fragrances I've smelled in a minute. So all of the things I heard about the original one, I guess are true because this one is, I don't know. When I first sprayed it, it smelled like Windex and Pledge mixed together. And I'm one of those weirdos who likes like the smell of Comet and Pine Sol and bleach and things like that, Pledge. So I didn't mind that, but I wanted to see where it was going. This is one of the prettiest citrus woody vanilla fragrances I've ever smelled. And it is just bright, pretty, energetic, clean. You get the Windex and the Pledge dies down, and it just becomes something else. And for as good as it smells on the stick, it smells amazing on me. I freaking love this fragrance. I get so many compliments when I wear it. This is new to my collection. Look at this dent that I've already put in here. This is relative, like super new to my collection. But it was like once I started wearing it, I couldn't put it down. So I think it's a good vibe, for it to be number 9 on my top 10, it's doing something right. And at the number 7 spot, we're going to be talking about Vanillic Dreams. And this is the one that is inspired by Tejota's Indult. This is a much better price point for such a simplistic fragrance. A lot of people are nose blind to this, and I can fully understand why, because sometimes this fragrance is very peekaboo-ish, but in the air, the scent trail, like this thing is so pretty, but it is a very, very, very simplistic vanilla fragrance. So if you're someone who doesn't really like complexity, or you just want an easy, I want to smell edible and I want to smell good, grab and go fragrance, this is definitely one for the book. So at number 7, this is Vanillic Dreams. In the number 6 spot, we have one that has always been a beautiful fragrance to me. You have citrus in here, you have a fruitiness in here, and a beautiful, like creamy, smooth vanilla. And it's just a delight. It's not something that is going to permeate all over the room, but you are going to have a nice scent trail. You will need to top up, but it's a pretty feminine beautiful vanilla fragrance. This is called Dolce Vita from the House of Dua. Now, this used to be at the very, very top of my list. But like I said, Dua is not playing with these vanillas that they are churning out left and right. So this one has fallen a little bit down the totem pole, but that's okay. I've gone through a bottle of this one as well, and I've had this one for quite some time. Look at that juice. It is just, I know this is going to be so, I cannot wait to wear this, but it's just so pretty. It really is. And the fruitiness stays with the entire fragrance. It doesn't die down. You get a fruity vanilla the whole time, but like a citrusy, creamy, like, I don't know how to explain this one. Like if you had some type of fruit, like salad mixed with like whipped cream or something. This is, I personally really, really like this one. I don't know how it would go over well with someone who's looking for a complex vanilla, but if you want a vanilla with a little bit of a twist because of that orange, because of that fruitiness, I think this will work for you. It's definitely unique. I don't have anything else in my collection that smells like this, and I just adore it. So again, that is Dolce Vita. In the number 5 spot, we have Accidental Vanille. And this is so pretty to me. This is one that I really can't smell on the stick, but on me, I still overspray this one too. On me, it is absolutely gorgeous. The first time I smelled this, it reminded me of being like in a hotel room and having the rose petals guide me to the bed with the heart shape made with the rose petals, and just lingerie on the bed and a note saying, baby, I'll be back in an hour. Be ready for me. The bathtub already filled and ready for you to bathe, and get yourself ready for whatever is in store for the rest of the evening. This is that type of sexy fragrance to me. I know a lot of people warned me about this one because they said it comes across really buttery. I did pick that up on the stick, but I don't get it when I wear it. This just permeates off of me and nothing but sexiness. However, sometimes I do lose the fragrance. This is another one that kind of sort of feels like it's in and out, but I get compliments no matter where I am. I've had a compliment every time that I've worn this fragrance. So for me, this is a no-brainer. I knew I had to have it. I needed it in a full bottle. I would probably get this in a bigger bottle if it came in a bigger one. But this was definitely a delight. It's super new to my collection, but it really moved up the ranks because I just like the way it smells and the way it makes me feel. And when we're dealing with fragrance, it is about the juice, about 80%, maybe 70%. But the rest of that is the emotions and the feelings that they invoke. And I feel very fearless and very sexy and very powerful in this. So again, this is Accidental Vinnie. The remaining 4 fragrances could really be interchangeable depending on my mood, the day, the season. Who knows? I could really place these amongst each other in the top 4. So for the sake of this video, we're going to go ahead with the number 4 spot. We're going to talk about Alexandra Short. So this is one beautiful, classy, elegant, soft-spoken, but not in the sense of, longevity and projection, because I get great projection out of this. I get great longevity out of this. But it's just feminine and cozy and just beautiful. And it reminds me of Cotton Candy Day Dua in the way that they use the vanilla and the musk in Cotton Candy Day Dua. That is the vibe I get from this. Like, it could be a luxurious body lotion, a shower gel minus the soapiness, just like the fragrance of the shower gel itself. And just this is a beauty. I love Alexandra Short. So again, in the number 4 spot, this is Alexandra Short. In the number 3 spot, we have a lifelong favorite of mine. Lifelong meaning as long as I've known about Dua. This one is called Vanilla Lemon Gelato. This is my 3rd bottle. I had to hide this fragrance so my daughter would not steal it. She ended up getting Tartness of Vanilla. And because of the similarities in the packaging, I think that she thinks she has this one. But she doesn't. We're not going to tell her either. However, both of them smell great, so it doesn't matter. But again, this one is so beautiful. The lemon never leaves. It is always there. It's so clean, so pretty, simplistic yet fun, refreshing, invigorating because of that bright citrus lemon. This and Dolce Vita are perfect for summer. Spring and summer vanillas that have a little bit of edibleness to them. And it's a vibe. But this is a vanilla fragrance that definitely keeps you smelling fresh because the citrus is just a rider. I mean, it is that beautiful, bright, invigorating, energetic citrus. I don't know how to choose between these next 2 fragrances. I'm not even being funny. I've sat up here and I've smelled them. I've eeny, meeny, miny, mold them. I really don't know. This is a whole vibe. This is a whole vibe. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go with the one that I've worn the most. The one I need to reorder because I'm almost out of it. So in at the number 2 spot, this is just bothersome, is a beautiful, complex vanilla. Nice and spicy without being too spicy. Something that I just love. Could be considered unisex, but this feminine girl right here can't get enough of it. This is called Vini de Madagascar. I am not sure why I don't hear people talking about this more. I haven't heard anyone talk about this actually. And this is a stunner. The spiciness in here, the sweetness in here, the warmth, the heart, the depth. This is everything I want from a spicy vanilla fragrance. This is also relatively new to my collection, and I have put a little bit of work in here. This is just so good. I do not want to ever be without this in my collection. When it comes to Duas, this is one I have to get again and again. I hope they don't do away with this. I hope they do not. This is the right amount of sweet. It's just so good. This is everything I need was not for me. I didn't like Nishani's Ani at all. But this one right here, this gives me enough complexity. This gives me enough to say that it's not just a boring, simplistic vanilla. This is giving me attitude. Giving me, just when I walk into the room, I know I'm the fiercest thing there-ness, and it's a whole vibe. So in the number 2 spot, which was really, really hard because I am super infatuated with this fragrance. It has not failed me in projection and longevity, in the juice. I really adore this. And yeah, again, that's Vinnie de Madagascar. And we've made it to the number 1 spot. This fragrance was talked about on my most worn because the dent in it is ridiculous. I love this fragrance. If you're still here, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, share me across all your social media platforms, and select that notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. I have a dent in this baby that is it shows how much I love this fragrance. I've had multiple bottles of this. I talk about this to anyone who will listen or to anyone who asks. This is the beauty known as Era of Vanilla. First of all, you put a T on her, you have Terra of Vanilla. So I feel like that's what we should be doing. I mean, honestly, I wonder if I requested that. If I just requested them to personalize a label for me that says Terra of Vanilla, That would be so dope. I think I'm going to ask. Era of Vanilla is beautiful to me. It is everything I want in a vanilla when I'm not looking for spiciness. This is beautiful. Baby, when I tell y'all, I have been stopped so many times and asked what I was wearing. Men, women, it doesn't matter. People are like, you smell so good. Expletives used, all of that in the best way. They're like, I need it now. God, it just smells so good. What it smells like on the stick is only about a 50% representation of how amazing it is on my skin. When I wear this, I am everything. Everything. And so for me, I don't even know why it was a hard choice. It was a hard choice because I am loving spicy vanillas and I'm loving this. So that's why it was like, then we always like the new shiny thing. This is much newer. Again, I've had multiple bottles of this. This is almost gone. But if we're going to keep it real, yeah, I could wear this more of an everyday fragrance than I can. Like I could see moments when I'm like, I don't really want to do spicy. There's never a moment when I don't want to do Era of Vanilla. So that is my number one vanilla fragrance from the House of Dua. If you're one of my Dua divas, if you're one of the Dua dudes and you're watching, tell me what your favorite vanilla Dua fragrance is, or your top three, because they have so many. So I know it's probably hard to choose just one. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for patiently waiting on me to do this video. As always, I want to talk to you guys in the comments because this was just too much fun. And I just love it when I have so much to choose from. Sometimes I love it because I didn't limit myself with a certain number. I guess I did a top 10 on my honorable mentions, but again, this is a whole vibe. We're talking Dua here. Dua's taking over the world. And good for Masham. Good for him. So as always, I want to talk to you guys in the comments. Let's talk all things Dua. I will be coming out with my entire Dua collection video. Going to do it in two parts. I'm going to talk about how many do I have now? How many ever it is that I have. And then I'm going to do the second part, which will be my top 10 favorite Duas of all time. So that'll be coming soon. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the comments. And until then, bye.